on the issue of today, just as President Biden defies the will of Congress with his use of executive privilege, he is brazenly doing so by withholding congressionally mandated aid. Just last month, Senator Chuck Schumer declared from the Senate floor, this is his quote, "The House must rush to Israel's aid as quickly as humanly possible." Well, today, Senator Schumer has done an about-face. He's reversed course. Yet again, it is President Biden and Senator Schumer himself who are standing in the way of getting Israel the resources it desperately needs to defend itself. The House has tried multiple times to deliver this much-needed aid to Israel, and each and every time now, Biden and Schumer have opposed it. And now, just weeks after Congress passed the National Security Supplemental, which included $26 billion for Israel, the Biden administration is defying the will of Congress and withholding weapon shipments to Israel. We want the president to hear this loud and clear. He said just not long ago that we had to have ironclad support for Israel. Well, that's what he previously proclaimed, but his actions are doing exactly the opposite. This is a catastrophic decision with global implications. It is obviously being done as a political calculation, and we cannot let this stand. The House will be voting on legislation to compel the delivery of defense weapons to Israel as they fight to protect themselves from radical terrorists and defend their very existence as a nation. But Joe Biden is threatening to veto that legislation, and Chuck Schumer is suggesting now that he refuses to bring it to the Senate floor. On October 7th, Hamas, the radical terrorists, which are proxies for Iran, lit a fire in Israel, a proverbial fire that is still burning. And Biden and Schumer are telling Israel that they are only really allowed to put out part of that fire. That is just simply not going to work. Israel needs to finish the job, and America needs to help Israel extinguish the flame of terror that is wrought by Hamas. It wasn't that long ago when President Biden called for the elimination of Hamas, but he's not doing that anymore. And now it's clear that Biden and Schumer have turned their back on Israel. They are carrying water for Iran and its proxies. This is not complicated. It's actually very simple. This is a moment where we need, not just the American people, but the entire world need moral clarity. You are either with Israel or you are not. And if Schumer refuses to bring this up for a vote, he'll be telling the world that his party, the Democrats, are no longer willing to stand with our great ally. I don't think that is a palatable position to the American people. With that, I'll yield next to our Republican Majority Leader, Steve Scalise.